It means it's Collectors Confessions Live. It's the only show on YouTube where we talk about comic books we bought for the week live. This week we're introducing something new. We'll talk about it throughout the thing. We have a contest. That's right. You could win this stack of comic books. All you have to do is give us a super chat. It's an easy, simple donation. Everyone who gives a donation will be entered in the contest. So if you're watching this after the live, you could give a super thanks. That will also get you into the contest. It costs money to keep all the comic books that I buy going. So without any further ado, let's look at the comic books we bought for the week. If you look at the title of this week's is Doom vs. Lex. Dr. Doom vs. Lex Luthor. You get to pick. Hey, Angel is here as always. You get to pick who you think wins. There is going to be in our community page, you can vote on who do you think would win, Doom or Lex Luthor. The thing goes live at 6:15, so right when this is finished, come back to the community tab, vote who do you think would win in a fight, or in a fight of will, or in a fist fight. I don't know, I didn't define it, you define it. Dr. Doom or Lex Luthor. So go over to the community page and decide who would win. It's connected, right? So we're connected here and to the community page survey. You pick who wins in the survey. So let's go. What did we buy this week? One indie. World Tree number 3. James Tynion. This title has been absolutely fantastic. All right, you seen this backwards? Do I have to spin the camera around? Spinning the camera around. Technical difficulty again. Yeah, you get to see a little look at. You get a little look at the basement again. Here we go. There we go. Now we're set up. Now we're good, right? Now you can see everything. Now let's make sure we're right. There we go. Now we're back to normal. Every week the same problem. I start off as bizarre and then I make my way to the right wing. Here's World Tree number 13. This has been a absolutely fantastic comic from James Tynion. If you're not reading it, then there's something wrong. Go out and pick it out. I don't know if there's any trades or not yet, so go grab that. As I said earlier, there's a super chat this week. If you enter in the super chat, you're entered to win this stack of comic books. Some great stuff here. We'll be looking at it throughout the whole entire episode. Alright, let's keep going. That was the only indie. Here's our first DC. Batman and Robin Year 1. This comic book has been absolutely fantastic. In this issue, Dick Grayson is alone in Wayne Manor. What could possibly go wrong? My guess is a whole lot. I actually really like this. It takes a look at Batman and Dick Grayson when they first started as the dynamic duo. So it's a really good cover. Really good story. Another great thing from friend of the show, Dan Waters. It's Batman Dark Patterns. If you haven't been reading this, the villain in here is called the Wound Man. This is the second print of issue number 1. He got a second print. We're very happy that Dan got a second print of this. This story is really good. This is a reprint of Wound Man's first appearance. The villain is really, really scary. This is a horror comic. So basically, Batman's trying to figure out who Wound Man is and what the hell is going on. Scary. Here's another Batman. They should just rename DC Oh wait, it is. It's Detective Comics. Batman and Superman World's Finest, number 36. Mark Waid writing. In this one, they're fighting the Floronic Man. I don't know who the Floronic Man is, but that's who he's fighting. They're fighting this week. I don't know why Batman and Superman need to join forces to fight the Floronic Man, but I'm not writing it. Here are the books that are tied into the Justice League Unlimited. If you've been following DC, then you know that they have a lot of titles tied into the Justice League Unlimited storyline that's going on. And I think they're going to be doing that a lot. We're going to be releasing different characters in limited series that show what's going on here. This is one of my favorite ones. This is Challenge of the Unknown number 3. In this has become like a mystery. So it's about the death of one of the challengers, and they're trying to figure out who killed him and why. It ties directly into Justice League Unlimited. I don't understand why they're not pushing that more, that this should say somewhere on the title, Justice League Unlimited tie-in. Same with this one. The question all along the Watchtower, number 4, the question is investigating what's going on the Watchtower, and these two tie into each other directly. Like, they're each in the other one. So you really should be reading, if you're reading Justice League, you should be reading these also. Another title that's tying in, I haven't read it yet, Zatanna has another series. She just ended a series. In this one, Zatanna is going back to being a magician, and her whole entire crew gets abducted by some type of ghost, so they have to figure out what happened to them. So, I don't know. It sounds good. I like Zatanna. You know how much I love reprints. Crisis of Infinite Earths, number 11. Only one more issue to go. This is Crisis of Infinite Earths, number 11. As you know, it completely reprints directly from the original comic book. There's an advertisement for Booster Gold. Here's an advertisement for the DC Heroes role-playing. Anyone play this? I played this once or twice when I was younger. I actually have it. The Marvel one is hanging up behind me. The DC one is on a spinner rack. And there's a nice Voltron ad on the back. So, who do you like better as a villain? Dr. Doom or Lex Luthor? Comment who's a better villain in their respected Marvel or DC. Creature Commandos, number 5, continues the story. Basically, it's a continuation of the animated series, which was fantastic. This storyline has been really fantastic. Again, I've been saying it week after week, horror comics are becoming more and more popular. This is an example of it. People want to see horror in comic books, and the indies are doing a lot of horror comics, and it's starting really to seep into Marvel and DC. They're doing more and more horror-related comic books. Jenny Sparks, not a horror-related comic. This is just number 7, being written by Tom King. Captain Atom, former Justice League member, has gone completely insane and is holding hostages in a bar, and Jenny Sparks is trying to talk him down because everyone else is a little bit afraid of him, Superman, Batman, so she is the main hero trying to save the day. New Gods, number 3. I absolutely love anything that Jack Kirby did, anything that's reminiscent of Kirby. New Gods is definitely one of his big things that he did, and if they put out New Gods, I'd buy it. Shadow Cabinet, this is issue number 4. It's the final issue of this limited series. It has to do with the Milestone universe. I don't understand why they just don't bring the Milestone universe completely into the DC universe and just make it like a DC comic book. I really enjoy the comics in this line, but it's always separated. I can't remember the last time this came out. Titans, this is issue number 20, Titans of Love. This has been backed up. There's been quite a few DC titles backed up. So there you go. That's my DC haul for the week. Here is, my Marvel haul. So which one's your favorite, Dr. Doom or Lex Luthor? Your favorite. Here goes Marvel Alien Paradiso. I absolutely love what Marvel is doing with the Alien license. They are using it nicely. These are more like sequels to the original movies, and then you have something like this where Aliens vs. Avengers, which is a completely original story. It has the aliens in the Marvel universe. This was absolutely fantastic. So it's been really, if you're not reading this, I love The Authority, and I love Jenny. If you're not reading comic book, if you're not reading a Jenny Sparks thing, I highly recommend it. The story's been absolutely fantastic. This has also been fantastic. Read this if you're not. It's my weekly Scotty Young cover, Amazing Spider-Man 68. You know how much I love these. How we put him in every week they put him in a very strange predicament. Here is why the title was what it was. Doom is taking over the Marvel Universe. And here is Doom Academy number 1. He takes over the Strange Academy from Doctor Strange, because if you've been reading, you know that Doctor Doom is now the Sorcerer Supreme. He took it over when he destroyed all the vampires. So he is Doom, and now he is the Sorcerer Supreme. As we keep talking about horror comics, The Incredible Hulk, this is issue 22. This has been a horror comic with the Hulk as the main character, but it's horror. There's no question about it. This is absolutely horror. Actually, after we go through the comics of the week and I do my recommendation, I have a surprise. I actually found something that I've been looking for. And don't forget, we're doing a giveaway. If you donate some money in the chat, super chat, or if afterwards you do super thanks, you get entered into this. Another horror comic that's going on, Werewolf by Night. This one is for adults. It's red band, which means there's a lot of blood and gore. I haven't started reading it yet, but I heard it's really, really good. Is anybody out there reading it? Let me know. Drop a comment in the comments how good it is. NYX. It's the only mutant comic that I buy. Number 8. I bought it because it's New York. That's why I bought it. I thought it would be a bigger deal at New Comic Con this year, but it wasn't. So this has been good. I've been reading it. It's. I'm not a big X-Men fan, but this has been entertaining. Ultimate Black Panther. Comic Plug knows how I feel about the Ultimates line. I am deep into reading it. It has been absolutely fantastic. I absolutely think it is by far the best group of comics being sold by Marvel. By DC, it's absolute. By Marvel, it's Ultimate. 2 Ultimate titles this week. Ultimate Wolverine number 2. The newest of the Ultimate lines. There should be a lot more coming out soon. There you go. Another Ultimate. Here are our recommendations for the week. As you know, we give 5 recommendations. 1 Marvel, 1 DC, 3 indies. It's just randomly picked. I picked them because I think that they're worth buying. Absolute Wonder Woman number 5. Absolute Wonder Woman is the best of the Absolute titles going on right now. Absolute Wonder Woman is absolutely fantastic. If you're not reading it, you definitely should be. Excuse me. Over at Marvel, Red Hulk number 1 comes out. It's a direct tie-in to the Captain America movie. Let me know in the comments what you thought of Captain America. Again, answer the question, Dr. Doom versus Lex, who wins? We have a couple of indie, 3. Jump Scare number 1 by Cullen Bunn. It's an action horror superhero by Dark Horse. It's an action horror superhero. What more do I need to say? Go pick it up. Let me know what you think. The second one is Godzilla vs. American Godzilla vs. Chicago, number 1. I have no clue what it is, but the title alone makes me want to buy it and read it. Godzilla vs. American Godzilla vs. Chicago. I'm going to try to get Cullen Bunn on the show just to talk to him about it. If you didn't watch this past week, we interviewed Matthew Rosenberg. It came out on Tuesday. He talked about writing comic books with the Ramones, with the Wu-Tang, and with the B-52s, and he talked about being the head of the DC Vampires line and why Batman's not a part of it. It was an absolute fantastic interview. This past Saturday, we went to Fat Moose Comics, and that came out Saturday. If you didn't watch it, this coming week we have a Woodbridge Card and Collectible Show, which may have been a huge disappointment for us because it was a lot of Pokemon cards, and we don't collect Pokemon cards. The final recommendation this week is Kill Train number 2. Friend of the show, Olivia Cotero Briggs, is writing this at Mad Cave. The first issue was fantastic. Again, it's a horror. It's like a slasher. Read it if you're not reading it. I 100% recommend picking it up. So yesterday when we bought New Comic Book Day, everyone knows Wednesday's New Comic Book Day. If you're a comic collector, you love New Comic Book Day. After New Comic Book Day, I went to my local comic shop, which is JHU Comics. I went to Dollar Tree, and I've been going for 2 months, looking for these DC comics that are only being sold at Dollar Tree. I finally found them, and I bought this, and it's a reprint. They are reprints of the original comics. No ads, no nothing but the comic book. So they're very thin. If you look at them, they're really, really thin. I think these are great to get kids into reading comic books. I bought Nightwing, Green Lantern Corps, Hal Jordan in the Green Lantern Corps, Aquaman Rebirth, Green Lantern Rebirth, Super Sons Rebirth, Teen Titans Rebirth. I bought every one that they had. So if they had it, I bought at least 1 copy of it. This is Green Arrow Rebirth, Green Arrow Rebirth variant cover. The only one I saw like this. Dawn of the DC. So this is the newer Green Arrow title. And finally, the one I was really looking for, The Flash Rebirth. I think that they have both of these. I only saw one. So there's one comic book in here. It's $1.25, way less than the $3.99 they originally were. It just contains the story, nothing else. I think these are great buys. I've been reading online, people saying, no, it's too expensive. There's really nothing in it. It's a story. It's a comic book story for $1.25. How can you beat it? After I went there, I went and bought more comic books. Ollie's has their 5 comic book pack back again. You get 5 comics in here. You don't know what they are except for the front and the back. So I picked up one of these. And I'm not going to open it. I don't open these. I love these back from when I was a kid. Their Whitmans used to come in this. So Whitmans would come 3 for 99 cents. I have 1 or 2 sitting around. So yesterday was a banner comic book day for me. Remember, if you're watching this after the fact and you give a super thanks, you will be entered into the contest for this nice stack of comic books. As always, thank you so much for joining us here on our live. We do this every week. And we have a surprise coming up soon. We were invited to something. We will talk about that in a couple of weeks. Something cool coming up. Hopefully you can make it there. Thanks for watching. Love what you collect. Collect what you love. This is me signing off. I'm going to have to turn you around again because the phone hasn't working. So bear with me. I'll see you next week.